And it's okay that your stage of growth doesn't look like somebody else's. There's always that part of the interview where the panel will ask you if you have any questions. Always have questions. People say passion does not pay the bills. Good morning, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mila. I am an EA in Johannesburg, and on this channel I share my work life experience, my corporate life experience, and any tips, advice that I can give others who are looking to be in a similar kind of role, or who are just navigating their career in the early stages. And all of this is based on my experience. I've been in this field in corporate for 11 years. So I think I have quite a bit of experience. So I love to yap. So if you love yapping equally, this is the perfect place for you. And I throw in a bit of faith-based content and a little bit of lifestyle content in between. So right now I am on my way to the office. Today is going to be quite a busy day, and today is another reminder of why I love my job and the type of role that I have, because it's very diverse. It allows me to dabble in a bit of hospitality, in a bit of procurement, in a bit of stakeholder engagement, communication. There's a lot of areas that I get to dabble in, which I think makes it exciting in doing the role, but also I think is a great advantage in terms of picking up new skills that you can apply into other areas, not only of your life, but if you're trying to pivot, if you're trying to grow within your career. So I really appreciate that about my role. Speaking of which, I say this because I've been asked to sit in some interviews. We are recruiting for some positions in our organization, and I've asked to sit in the panel of those interviews. So yeah, I'll be interviewing from 1 all the way to 4. Should be interesting. I'm excited to meet the candidates, and yeah, let's get the day started. One of the things I was thinking about the other day is, in today's society, and I think I mentioned this in one of my previous videos, but in today's society, there's this sense of urgency, and people feel like, there's this narrative that things need to happen now, things need to happen immediately, and success and growth is microwavable. And I think we really do ourselves a disservice in thinking that way, especially for our personal growth or the goals that we have for ourselves. And I just want to say that growth looks different for everyone. There's no one size fits all, and I think that's really important to know and remember. There's no one size fits all to success and to growth, and it's really important to be okay with the stage of growth that you are in. And I'm a believer that every part of life, or every stage of life that we find ourselves in, has a degree of growth associated to it. And it's very important to be aware of that, to sometimes take a step back and reflect and ask yourself, this current stage in my life, this current moment that I find myself in my life, what aspect of growth is attached to it? Is God trying to teach me something? Am I supposed to learn? What can I learn from it? What can I take from it that can move me to the next stage? And reflection, that's why reflection is very important, and we need to do it as often as possible, because that really determines how we move on and what trajectory and how we align ourselves to the things that we actually want. And it's okay that your stage of growth doesn't look like somebody else's. I know sometimes we might feel like, I'm putting in more work than a certain person, I'm doing more than a certain person, I'm more committed than a certain person, but they seem to be more ahead than me. It's okay. It's different for everyone. And I'm not saying you should accept not seeing any progress in your life and in the things you want to do. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that as you go through the process of growing, of becoming, and and of aligning yourself with the things that you want for your life, for your career. Take the moment to reflect on the current stage you're in and try to take from it what you can that will help you move into the stages, into the path, into the direction that you want to move. And it seems tedious, it seems like a waste of time, it seems like a process, but in the long run, I promise, it pays off. It absolutely pays off. I used to be the type of person that would compare myself to others, would wonder why certain things are taking much longer for me than others. But now when I reflect on where I currently am in my life, I understand that some of the delays were necessary. Some of the detours were necessary, because without those, I probably would not be where I am today in my career, in my life. And I'm very grateful for where I am. I'm very blessed. I know that. And yeah, I understand that it would not have happened without certain things not happening and certain things having to happen. So yeah, that's something I wanted to share as an encouragement, and I hope it really does encourage someone, because I know times are tough. I know there's a lot of frustration in the air. I know that a lot of people feel like certain things are not fair, and are not happy with where they are and feel that they should be a lot further than they currently are. But I promise it gets better. That's what I can say. I promise it gets better. And I know it's easy for someone like me in my position to say that, but I've been there before. And I say, and it's like I always say in this channel, everything I share is based on experience. It's not based on, fairy tale and fluff and what other people are saying. It's based on things that I have personally experienced. And even when I'm trying to achieve certain goals and I'm trying to find myself in a certain stage in my life and my career, I look at others who are already there, and that to me is an encouragement that it's possible. If someone else can be there, if someone else can attain it, then I absolutely can do it for myself too. And that's what I hope that you get from being here with me on this channel. taking a break. We've been going for 2, almost 3 hours of interviews, and the next one is in 15 minutes. Likely that's the last one for the day. Super exhausted, but I just wanted to share that when you make it to interviews, there's always that part that talks about, there's always that part of the interview where the panel will ask you if you have any questions. Always have questions. People tend to think that, that part is not so relevant as most of the interview itself, but it is very relevant. When you ask questions, it shows the panel that you are engaged, and I always suggest having at least 2 to 3 questions, minimum 2 questions to ask the panel, and try to ask questions based on, one, what you've picked up during the interview itself, and 2, just a general question that you might have or be curious about, something like, what is the next step from here? What is the process from here? When can I expect to hear back? Those type of questions. If it's based on what you heard during the interview, you could be like, I noticed that you mentioned ABC. How do you think I would be a fit for that aspect of this role? How do you see me providing solutions to some of the challenges that you've mentioned you face currently, or any of the challenges that you're currently facing in your organization, in your company, etc. Always ask questions. Like I said, it shows engagement, it shows interest, and it just positions you well, because also once the panel is done, a lot of times they remember candidates based on their energy and based on their engagement and based on their knowledge, so yeah, don't take it for granted. I know by the time that the interview is done, people just wanna disconnect and just be relieved and not drag it, but ask the question. You'll never know. Sometimes it really might be what makes or breaks whether your interview is successful or not. I am exhausted. It's now 4:45. I'm making my way home. It's been a long day. But before I head home, I need to stop for an errand. But I cannot wait to just get home and put my feet up. But one of the things I really appreciate, and this is why people say passion does not pay the bills, and I think that's a fair statement. But I do really think that passion is rewarding in so many other ways when it comes to careers. It's easier to keep showing up for a job when you have the passion for it. It's easier to stay motivated for a job when you have the passion for it. As exhausted as I'm feeling right now, I also feel very rewarded because my day was filled with rewarding things. the tasks that I took on today were rewarding, not just to my employer, but to me as an individual. And if I were to do it all over again, as exhausted as I am, I absolutely would. I absolutely would. And I would wake up tomorrow with a renewed sense of appreciation or excitement to do it again. So, as much as passion doesn't necessarily always pay, but it is rewarding, and that's why I always encourage people to try to aim for the things that you're passionate about, the things that you're interested in, because in the long term that is a lot more rewarding than being stuck in a job doing something that you absolutely do not have any interest in, or that you absolutely hate. Because waking up each day to do that said job will be harder and harder. So that's my 2 cents on that. I don't know if I'll chat with you guys again today. If not, thank you so much for joining me on today's vlog. I really hope that you found some value in it. And as always, please feel free to drop me your thoughts in the comments. I really love to engage in the comments. Feel free to ask me whatever questions you might have. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe, because it really helps with the reach of my videos. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you, and I'm down for you always, KB. Do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you, need you. You should love me.